Good morning, students. Our chapter number second, microorganisms, friend and foe, is going on. In that, we learn meaning of microorganisms, types of microorganisms, how microorganisms are useful for us. Now, our harmful microorganism point is going on. In that, we learn the disease-causing microorganisms in human being. Now, here, our next point is one table is given there. Some of the common diseases affecting on humans and their mode of transmission and few general methods are general methods of prevention are given in table 2.1. We will see the table here. Human disease, here in the first column human diseases are given, in second column causative microorganism, which microorganism will be causative for that, like bacteria, virus, fungus, protozoa, in this way. Then mode of transmission, from which mode it will be transferred, from air, from water, from food, or from personal contact, physical contact. And lastly, the preventive measures, how we can prevent this human disease. In this way, this table, it is most important, it is mentioned here. Now first disease, tuberculosis, and causative microorganism, bacteria. Causative microorganism, bacteria. Mode of transmission, air. Mode of transmission, air. And the preventive measures for all of them at mentioned at the last. We will see first all these human diseases. First, in the first row, measles virus and mode of transmission, air. Chickenpox, a causative microorganism, virus, mode of transmission, air and contact. Polio, causative microorganism, virus, and mode of transmission, air and water. Air and water. Now, what are the preventive measures for these four human diseases? Those are mentioned here. Keep the patient in complete isolation. Now you are aware about the word isolation. What is the meaning of isolation? Now many more people, they are coming from the Mumbai areas. Now they are kept in the isolation, complete isolation, separate isolation. They kept. Now some positive members, COVID-19 positive members, they are completely separated from the regular patient which is present in the hospital. They are completely taken into the separate isolation. Keep the personal belonging of the patient away from those of the others. That the personal belongings we have to keep away from that, from the other persons. Next, vaccination to be given at suitable age. For this, we are not talking about the COVID-19 here. For these four, we have to give vaccination at the suitable age. For the tuberculosis also vaccine is available, measles also available, chickenpox also available, and for polio we are aware about that. The vaccinations are available. Now the next one, cholera and typhoid. Cholera and typhoid. Cholera, causative microorganism, bacteria, and mode of transmission, water and food. Typhoid, causative microorganism, bacteria, mode of transmission, water. Mode of transmission, water, right? Then what is the preventive measures? What is the preventive measures? Maintain personal hygiene and good sanitary habits. Now these type of diseases are transferred through the water and typhoid. For that purpose, we have to water and food. Cholera is transferred from water and food. For that purpose, we have to maintain our personal hygiene also. We have to drink boiled water also, and good sanitary habits. Consume properly cooked food. We have to consume properly cooked food, because cholera transferred from the food material. And boiling drinking water, and vaccination for both of them, it is available here. Next one, hepatitis B, and it is the causative microorganism is virus, and it is transferred through the water. And the preventive measures are drink boiled drinking water, and vaccination. Hepatitis B is transferred through the water. For that purpose, we have to drink boiled water. Now the next one, malaria. We already learned that malaria, and causative microorganism, protozoa, and mode of transmission, mosquito. It is transferred through the mosquito, not water, not air, not food. It is transferred through the mosquito. And for that purpose, preventive measures are use mosquito nets and repellents. use mosquito nets and repellents, spray insecticides to control the breeding of mosquitoes by not allowing water to collect in the surrounding. Afterwards, when I send the PDF of this chapter, you have to read this carefully. And in the exam, any preventive measure, for any disease, any preventive measure will be asked in exam. You have to read this carefully. Now the next point, our next point is disease causing microorganism in disease causing microorganisms in animals. Disease causing microorganism in animal. Several microorganisms not only cause disease in human and plant, but also in other animals. Now at the first we learn about the harmful microorganisms, disease how they cause the disease in human being. Now in this point we will see how the microorganisms are harmful for the animal also. For example, anthrax is a dangerous human and cattle disease. It is also applicable for the also affectable for the human also and cattle also. Disease caused by the bacterium. Foot and mouth disease of cattle is caused by a virus. Foot and mouth disease of cattle is caused by the virus. Now here upper side one example is mentioned. Anthrax is a dangerous human and cattle disease. What will be happening in the anthrax disease? Here I will tell you. Anthrax spores are present in the air. When anthrax spores get inside in the body, then it can be activated. And when they become active, the bacteria can multiply and spread out in the body and produce toxins and can severe illness can and causes severe illness like pain in chest, fever, shortness of breath. Now here in this way anthrax will be affected. Anthrax, it is caused in both in human and cattle disease. It is called cattle disease. In that what happen, anthrax spores are present in the air. When the anthrax spores get inside the body, that time what happen, they get activated. When they get activated, they multiply itself and spread it into the body and produce toxins, and which causes severe illness like pain in chest, fever and shortness of breathing. In this way it is harmful for animals also and human being also. Now the next one, here one information is there. Robert Koch in 1876 discovered the bacterium Bacillus anthracis, which causes anthrax disease. This anthrax disease, which is caused by Bacillus anthracis and which was discovered by Robert Koch. Now the next point is disease causing microorganisms in plant. Here in the first point we learn about the disease causing microorganisms in human. Next, second point, disease causing microorganisms in animal. Now the third point is disease causing microorganism in plants. How the microorganisms are harmful for the plants, we will see. Several microorganisms cause diseases in plants like wheat, rice, potato, sugarcane, orange, apple and others. The diseases reduce the yield of crops, and see the table 2.2 for some such a plant diseases. Here such a plant diseases. Now here we saw that when farmers they are taking the crop production, that time they are facing many difficulties. Many more diseases will be occurs on the plant. For that purpose they are spreading insecticides, pesticides they are using. Why they are using? Because these microorganisms, those are harmful for the plant production. Now here they can be controlled by certain chemicals which kill the microbes. Now we will see which some common plant diseases are there. I already told that when farmers they are taking crop production, that time when they are facing problem in the crop production, that time they are spreading insecticides, pesticides, which are the chemicals, and for that from that they are kill these microbes which are harmful for the plants. Now here we will see some common plant diseases, some common plant diseases and causing microorganism. Plant diseases in first column for plant diseases, second microorganisms, mode of transmission, and the figure also mentioned there. Citrus canker, and microorganism is bacteria, and mode of transmission through air, and figure which is shown there, figure what will be happen with the food. Now the next one, rust of wheat. Now we can saw in our home also rust of wheat because of fungus. Some black spots will be observed on the wheat, some black spots, some greenish spots will be observed on the wheat, and it is transferred through the air and seeds to seeds. Suppose any seed which is attacked by the fungus, and directly we will put these seeds into the healthy seeds, that time what will be happen, it will be transferred through the seed to seed. Figures it is mentioned here, figure it is mentioned, see, you will see in this picture. Now the last one which is mentioned here, yellow vein mosaic of bhindi, and here it is mode of microorganism virus, mode of transmission from the insect, and you can see the picture in that the leaf color will be changes, the leaf color is changes. Now the next point is, in our life maybe one time we will face this problem, food poisoning. Why food poisoning will be occur, we will see in this point. Bozo was invited by his friend to the party and he ate a variety of foodstuff. On reaching home he started vomiting. He had to be taken to the hospital and the doctor said the condition could be due to the food poisoning, Now here one question is arises, when we are eating food, then how it can be become poison, we are only eating food material, we are not eating poison, but how it convert into the poison, how it is possible? Now here the person who are the bojo, who are eating the food stuff, afterwards when he reaches to the home, afterwards he is vomiting, that time doctor when it taken to the he had taken to the hospital, after that doctor said that this is the condition because of the food poisoning. Then how could be this happen, we will see. Food poisoning could be due to the consumption of food spoiled by some microorganisms. Food poisoning could be due to the consumption of food spoiled by some microorganisms. When we are eating the food, that time we are not aware about that it will be spoiled by the microorganisms. Due to small taste or small smell will be changes of that particular food material. Microorganisms that grow on our food sometimes produces toxic substances. The microorganisms which is present in that food material that produces toxic substances, and these make the food poisonous, and causing serious illness and even death also. And so it is very important that we preserve food to prevent it getting to being spoiled. Now here, why food poisoning will be occur, the food poisoning could be happen because of the microorganisms which is present in the food, and those microorganisms grow on the food, and sometimes what happen, they are producing toxic substances, and these toxic substances are make the food poisonous and causing the serious illness like vomiting, and it will be maybe even death also. So it is very important that we have to preserve food and prevent it from getting spoiled. What happen when we are preparing the food, that time also it will be not poisonous, but when we are preparing, that time also we have to check which things we are using that are useful, that are healthy, or we have to keep the storage of the food, it is good. And when we are not keeping the food at the proper storage, it will be spoiled by the microorganisms, and then it is harmful for us.